After helping more than 100 families relocate to Kansas City, here's what I've learned. Zillow can show you square footage, but it can't show you community, energy, or culture. And those are the things that really shape your life here. Welcome back, I'm Kyle, your Kansas City Realtor and Insider, and in this video, I'm breaking down 15 things I've learned helping many of you not just move here, but belong here. And stick around to the end because there's a bonus lesson that is something you're not gonna wanna miss. Lesson number 1, you'll get more for your money in Kansas City, but do your research. Look, everyone loves a deal, and when people see what their budget gets them here, their eyes light up. More square footage, bigger yards, and sometimes a finished basement, all for less than what they'd pay in other major cities. But what most don't realize is how vast and varied Kansas City really is. You've got incredible neighborhoods and suburbs spread across both states, each with their own feel, amenities, and pace of life. And just because something looks like a steal on paper doesn't mean it's the right fit for you. So before you fall in love with that pretty flip on Zillow, take a beat, drive the neighborhood, visit at different times of day. Think about your lifestyle, your commute, your weekends, your community needs. You can absolutely find value here, just make sure it's the value that fits your version of home. Lesson 2. Relocation is a completely different buying experience, and trust is everything. When you're buying a home from across the country, you're not just shopping, you're trusting. You're relying on someone else to be your eyes, your ears, and honestly, all of your senses. More than half of our clients buy their home without ever stepping foot in it. That requires a lot of trust, and it means we have to be really good at video and even better at noticing the things the camera can't capture. Smells, street noise, light quality. I come from a contractor background, and I've trained my team to spot red flags most people would miss because when you're not here to see it, we have to catch it for you. If you're relocating, make sure the person representing you understands what matters beyond the surface and has the systems in place to protect you from 1,000 miles away. And hey, this is probably a good time to mention that my team and I are local realtors here in Kansas City who specialize in relocation. If you're thinking about making a move, we'd love to help you navigate the process and make Kansas City feel like home. Lesson number 3. School districts will make or break your decision. One of the first things many people ask when relocating is, how are the schools? And in Kansas City, the answer isn't one size fits all, especially on the Missouri side. You'll hear opinions, see rankings, and it can feel overwhelming fast. But what many people don't realize is just how many options there really are. Yes, there are public districts, but also charter schools, magnet programs, and a wide range of private schools with different philosophies and values. Some families are drawn to specific neighborhoods because of a school fit they found that wasn't on their radar initially. So instead of asking, are the schools good? Ask, what kind of education environment is right for our family? Then start exploring options with that in mind. In KC, choice is a part of the process, and the best decision usually starts with knowing your priorities, not just the rankings. Which brings me to lesson 4. Johnson County is nice, but expensive and competitive, in big part because of the schools. When people begin researching Kansas City suburbs, Johnson County almost always pops up at the top of the list. Great schools, clean streets, strong resale value. It's got a reputation. But what many don't expect is the price tag that comes with all that and the competition to even get a home in certain areas. And a lot of that value, it's driven by the schools. Families move here specifically for those Johnson County districts, and that drives demand. Which means homes go fast, often over asking, and you'll need to be ready to move quickly and stretch your budget in some cases. If Johnson County is on your radar, do your homework early, know which school districts matter most to you, get pre-approved, and be prepared to act fast when the right home pops up. It's a great place to live, but you've got to be strategic to land there. Lesson number 5. New construction is nice, but limited and expensive. When people think fresh start, they often think new build. And while Kansas City does have some great new construction neighborhoods, a lot of people relocating are surprised at just how limited and pricey these options really are. We do have some DR Horton communities and some more entry-level spots, but compared to other markets, we don't have sprawling new developments popping up everywhere. And when you do find them, high demand, fewer incentives, and sometimes longer wait lists. It's easy to assume new means easy, but it's not always that simple here in Kansas City. If new construction is your dream, start early and get clear on what you're willing to compromise on: location, size, or timeline. And don't overlook well-maintained existing homes. They might offer more value and fewer delays. Lesson number 6, Kansas City weather will humble you. Weather isn't usually at the top of the list when people are relocating until they get here. Kansas City has all 4 seasons, but they don't always show up when you expect them to. We're talking 70 degrees one day, snow the next. Summers can be hot and humid, winters can hit hard, and spring storms are no joke. It catches a lot of new residents off guard, especially those coming from milder climates. When we're out touring homes with clients, we always look at the age of the HVAC system, windows, and insulation. We like to ask the seller about utility bills during those extreme months because when it comes to weather in KC, it's about making sure you're fully prepared inside and out. Lesson 7, a lot of people pick their neighborhood or suburb based on a vibe, not just data. When people start their home search, they usually lead with numbers: price, square footage, school rankings. And sure, that stuff matters, but the thing I've seen over and over again is that most people end up choosing based on a feeling. Maybe they grab coffee in a certain area and think, this feels like home to me. Or they see kids riding bikes down the street and picture their own family there. Those little moments often carry more weight than a spreadsheet ever could. So yes, look at the data, but don't ignore your gut. Spend time in different neighborhoods, walk around, grab lunch, go during the day and at night. Because when it comes down to it, the right home is in the place that actually feels like home. Lesson 8, real estate photographers, well, we pay them good money for a reason and things aren't always as they appear. You see a house online and it looks perfect. Great lighting, wide angle shots, every room spotless, but then you show up in person and it's a totally different story. Rooms feel smaller, the lighting's off, and that dream home doesn't quite hit the same. This happens more often than you'd think. Photos are meant to sell, not necessarily to tell the full truth. And for clients relocating from out of town, this is especially tricky. We do a lot of virtual tours, and I always remind people, we're not just showing you the home, we're your eyes, ears, and gut instincts on the ground. Use listing photos as a jumping off point, but temper your expectations. And if you're buying from afar, make sure your agent is someone you trust to tell you what those photos aren't really showing you, because sometimes that perfect shot is just good editing, not the right fit. Lesson 9, there are a lot of flips, but not many good flippers. Flipped or renovated homes are everywhere in Kansas City right now, and they're tempting. Fresh paint, new floors, trendy finishes, what's not to love? But looks can be deceiving. We've walked into beautifully staged homes that hid sloppy work behind the walls, plumbing shortcuts, HVAC systems on their last leg, or foundation issues that were patched over instead of fixed. A flip should feel solid, not just shiny. And this is why inspections matter so much, especially with flips. We work with trusted local inspectors who know what to look for and don't just stop at surface level updates. You want to know exactly what you're getting into before you fall in love with a fresh coat of paint and some new fixtures. Lesson 10, utilities are a shocker. Gas and electric can add up fast. A lot of people who are relocating focus on the mortgage payment, but forget about what it costs to run the home. And in Kansas City, especially with older homes and extreme weather, utility bills can catch you off guard. We've seen clients move into homes that seemed affordable until their first winter gas bill hit, or got their electric bill in the middle of July when it's 100% humidity outside. These costs vary wildly depending on the age of the home, how it's built, and what updates have been made. So when we're looking at homes, we often ask sellers for their utility bills, especially for heating and cooling seasons. It's a small ask that gives you a clearer picture of what to expect month to month. It's not just about affording the house, it's affording being able to live in it. Lesson 11, property taxes can add hundreds of dollars to your mortgage. Speaking of affording the home, one thing that catches people off guard is property taxes. In Kansas City, those taxes are based on the assessed value, and after a sale, that value often goes up, which means your monthly mortgage payment can increase, sometimes by a few $100s a month. A home might look like it's a fit for your budget now, but once the county reassesses it based on the new purchase price, it might not be so comfortable anymore. It's one of those hidden costs that doesn't show up on Zillow, but it does show up in your escrow account. Now, one of the good things is our lender actually runs scenarios to estimate that potential tax increase, so you're not caught completely off guard. It's all about clarity, making sure the home you fall in love with is still the right fit once the real numbers settle in. Okay, we're down to our final few lessons and maybe even a bonus lesson at the end. But before we get into number 12, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos. And don't forget to check out our weekly newsletter. It's pinned down in the comments below and packed with local stories, trends, and development that anyone relocating to Kansas City should have on their radar. Lesson 12, basements are awesome until they flood. If you're coming from a part of the country where basements aren't common, they seem like a huge bonus, and honestly, they kind of are. Extra space, storage, maybe even a finished rec room. But what a lot of people don't realize is that basements in KC come with their own set of risks. We've helped plenty of people who didn't know what a sump pump was, or that foundation issues and radon or water intrusion are big deals here in Kansas City until they saw water pooling in the corner or signs of past flooding. And once you've dealt with a wet basement, it becomes a very different kind of feature. During inspections, we always look closely at the basement, and we work with inspectors who know exactly what to watch for. Things like proper drainage, grading, even musty smells can be early signs. The goal is to help you enjoy the extra space without inheriting extra headaches. Lesson 13, Kansas City is spread out, but most people don't really leave their bubble. Let me explain. Kansas City covers a lot of ground. You'll look on a map and think, oh, that suburb's only 20 minutes away, no big deal. But once you settle in, something funny happens. You tend to stay within your own little corner of the metro. We've seen this so many times. Someone moves to Overland Park and rarely ventures past state line, or they land in Liberty and suddenly anything south of the river feels like a road trip. It's not a bad thing, but it does mean that where you live really shapes your daily life. So think about your routines, work, school, grocery store, weekend plans. If you're somebody like me who loves Trader Joe's, then living on the south side of the metro is going to be imperative. Start mapping those out before you choose a neighborhood. In Kansas City, convenience isn't always about distance, it's about how often you'll actually go there. Lesson number 14, Kansas side equals pristine streets, Missouri side equals potholes and road work, but it's not all bad. Now, one thing people notice pretty quickly after relocating is the roads. On the Kansas side, especially in places like Johnson County, everything's clean, wide, and well maintained. Then you cross into parts of Missouri and let's just say your suspension gets a workout. But here's the thing, street conditions aren't the whole story. Yes, Missouri's infrastructure can be a little rough in spots, but there are some amazing neighborhoods on that side of the state line. The charm, the history, the character, it's not something you always find in a master planned suburban community. When you're exploring neighborhoods, don't judge them by the roads alone. Look at the whole picture, the homes, the people, and the feel of the place. And if smooth streets are high on your list, great. Just make sure everything else lines up too. Lesson 15, people here like their sports, like a lot. If you're moving to Kansas City, you might think you're just picking a new home. But what you're really doing, whether you realize it or not, is joining a fan base. Chiefs, Royals, Sporting KC, KC Current. It's not just sports here, it's culture. Even if you're not a diehard fan, you'll feel it. Red Fridays, tailgates that start before sunrise, entire neighborhoods going quiet or erupting depending on the scoreboard. It's a shared language and it brings people together in a way that's honestly kind of special. So embrace it. Go to a game, grab some gear, even if you're not into sports. The community aspect that forms around it is one of the most unique things about living in Kansas City. And trust me, it's more fun when you're a part of it. Now, I have one more bonus lesson for you, and that is city pride runs deep and people here wear it. One thing you'll start noticing pretty quickly is that people here love their city, and they show it. Kansas City hats, shirts, bumper stickers, even baby onesies, it's everywhere. And it's not just fashion, it's pride. There's a real sense of identity here, whether someone's from the Missouri side, the Kansas side, or just moved here last year. There's a collective love for what makes Kansas City, well, Kansas City. It's genuine and it's contagious. You don't have to be born here to rep the city. Grab a hat, hit up a local shop, and join the club, because in Kansas City, showing up with some city pride isn't just welcome, it's kind of expected. So there you have it, my lessons from helping over 100 of you relocate to Kansas City. Hopefully this gave you a clearer picture of what it's really like to live here, the good, the surprising, and the stuff no one tells you about on the first tour. If you're thinking about making the move, well, my team and I, we would love to help you navigate the process. You can always reach out to us directly at info@movingtokc.net, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and sign up for our newsletter if you haven't done so already. KC has a lot to offer, and the right move starts with the right guidance. Let's find what fits for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.